Hi everybody, it's Dara, and today we are going to make a peach salsa. And I hesitated for a second because it's obviously peach tomato. I was thinking of doing peach blueberry, but that's a whole different kind of flavoring. Today we're working with our Cinco de Mayo, or our hot meal, our hot raw vegan meal. So we are not hurting the environment, not hurting any animals, and certainly not hurting ourselves. We're keeping it healthy, we're raising the bar, and we're making it so super delicious. So far I've made spicy meatless meatballs, or pate, however you want to use it. I've made the rice, the jicama rice, and now I'm going to be making a salsa after that. So we've got the meat, the walnut meat, we've got the rice, we've got the salsa, we're going to have guacamole, and somewhere on this channel is a spicy, creamy macadamia cream sauce. A spicy macadamia nut cream, and it is amazing. So you have when you have macadamia cream, it'll cool the spiciness. We have all the textures, the flavors, the crunchiness of the red cabbage boat with the walnut meat inside, the meatballs. Then we have some tomatoey salsa, the peach salsa, to give it a little sweetness and freshness and brightness. And we'll have the fat from the avocado, the guacamole, and then we'll have a little drizzle of the white. So visually it'll be gorgeous too. We have purple and brown and red and green and white. So it's got spice and heat and flavor, and you're not going to feel like you're missing a thing. If you eat a meal like we've been preparing this week, you will not feel like you were missing anything. Ended off with a little piece of chocolate, which I've taught you how to make on the channel. It's amazing. So what do we have on the counter? We have peaches, which is what inspired me to do a peach salsa. We have tomatoes. We have both cherry and regular. Heirloom would be ideal, organic heirloom tomatoes, but use what you have. I have these beautiful cherry tomatoes and these. We'll see what I use. I have purple onion and I have shallot. Okay, so purple onion and we have some peppers. We have these peppers, and we also have habanero peppers. If you don't have fresh peppers, go ahead and use chili flakes, cayenne pepper, anything to give it that heat. But I'm excited to be able to use the fresh pepper. And I have lime and lemon, and then I have cumin. And I have a little bit of olive oil. I might like to put a little bit in to mix it up. And then I have, because Hannah was just here, and we foraged the nasturtium, and nasturtium is a flower that has a bit of pepperiness to it, and I ate a seed today and it's really peppery, so I could chop up seeds for this too. But this will garnish. These are our garnish and barrage flowers, which are purple, so we will have that on top. So now all I'll do is start chopping. The key is to have a very beautiful sharp knife. I keep mine in a knife container because it is very sharp. For the tools that I favor, go to my website, right? So I'm going to chop up some onion. A lot of this could be food processed, but I'm here to show you that all you need is a knife and a cutting board for real as far as raw food goes. You can get fancy and you can chop things faster, but in the end, this is what you need. And a large bowl, right? You need a large bowl so we can put a lot of greens in. With onion, you do want to chop it finely because it's going to be raw, right? Nobody wants to bite into a huge chunk of onions. When we're eating raw food, we think about mouthfeel. So if we were cooking a piece of zucchini, a large chunk of zucchini, the water would sweat out of it. And so it wouldn't be biting into like a raw piece. So when we're eating it raw, I prefer to dice things small. Then also the flavoring that is going with it will coat. There'll be more surface space and less interior. So I do need a bowl. I would like one of my clear bowls, like so. I got these so you guys can see what I was doing. I was using the Good Grips white bowls because I love them. But it's nice to be able to see through the bowl. Never rub the knife on the cutting board. So if you want to scoop, use the back of the knife. It will distort the blade. Okay, chopped onions, done. I always like to, when I'm not making a video, but today I went ahead and I washed the knife, I washed the cutting board, and then I move on to my next thing. It gives a clean slate. So, what do we think? The cherry tomatoes, we'll use both. We use a little cherry tomatoes and a little bit of the regular tomatoes. Getting knife skills, really important, really helpful, and then practicing, right? And the tools of the trade, right? If I went to paint and I was painting and I used a very fat brush to do a very fine eye detail on somebody's eyes, I wouldn't be able to do it, right? So if we don't have the right knife and it's dull, we won't be able to cut tomatoes easily and beautifully and with great pleasure. We'll squash them, so you won't be able to do it. So it's important to have a sharp knife. I really do like the Kyocera ceramic knives. Those have worked really well for me. But I've just switched to this knife, my Miyabi 6000. It's good. It was a treat, like a little present to myself. But what's more important than food and the pleasure of chopping your food with grace and beauty and love and joy? It's looking so pretty, right? Purple and red. You could pulse these. You could definitely pulse it in a blender, mini food processor, in the Cuisinart. But I enjoy this. I'm enjoying myself. Are you enjoying yourself right now? I've been hearing a lot of you tune in just to see the energy of this, you know? You might not do it today, you might not do it tomorrow, but you might be standing in the produce market department and you might say, yeah, I remember what she did with those peaches. I remember what she did with those tomatoes. How easy is it to get onions and lemon and lime? Just lemon, some salt, that's all you need. You know what, I do need to put in cilantro. That's missing. I don't have to, so I'm use it in my guacamole, but I do want cilantro in here for the salsa. So here we are, mixing it up. We're not mixing it up, we're cutting it up. I'll use one of these babies. This one's going to give us more liquid and more mushiness. Mushiness, it's an official term, more mushiness for our salsa to kind of liquefy, blend in the flavors. That's nice. And you know what I'm also missing in the beginning? This is so typical of my videos because I don't have it all out, like I said, dump and stir, where it's 2 cups this, dump, 2 cups this, dump, 1 teaspoon this, then stir. I actually make it up as I go along, which is what I want you guys to do. I want you to learn how to not measure. I want you to learn how to intuit and have fun and create. So what this is going to need, I imagine, is some sort of sweet, right? So a sweet where you can use a little honey, you could use a little coconut sugar, sun-dried cane juice crystals, a little coconut nectar. In a blender, you could blend lime juice and a date if you want to use whole foods, nothing processed. So a date, lime juice, a little salt. That's a beautiful idea. I can do that. I can do that for you if I take the time to pull out my little mini food processor. So here we go. We're doing well. I'll use 1 more tomato. It's about 1/3 of a cup of onions, 1.5 cups of tomato. Do it to your liking, right? We have to do everything to how we like it and according to what we have available. You might decide to make this and only have 1 tomato, and that will work. You might have 5 and only 1 peach, and that will work. You might have a teeny onion, that will work. I could just put this in a bowl with some salt and have a big mono meal of tomatoes. And that would make me happy. It's It's actually really healthy to do that. It's really good on the digestive system to just eat a mono meal, as they're called, right? Oh, gorgeous. Already beautiful. I'm gonna rinse this. I think works for the peaches. What do you think? Peaches. Yeah, ripe. Go for the riper ones. There's also another way to cut these. I'll show you. So I just sliced away the pit, but it wastes a little bit. I'm going to show you another way where you just kind of make a slit around the pit all the way around. Then you pull them apart, and this one with the pit split in half. Normally the pit will come off in one side, not the other, because this one's not that ripe. So not really ripe enough. These peaches could be a little, this one seems ripe. So my other way was good. If the peach isn't that ripe, then do the first way. And you know what, if it's ripe, it gets beautiful. So then I can at least cut that one, that side without the pit, right? So I tasted this peach, and the peach is actually on the more sour side, not very sweet, which will mean that I do need to add a sweetener to this extravaganza. So very easy would be for me to add coconut sugar, because I can just stir. If you add honey or coconut nectar, when it gets the coolness from the peach and the tomato, it will kind of seize up, and we need it to be easily mixed, which is why I would recommend taking, if you didn't have the coconut sugar, is to take a little Vitamix, a little NutriBullet. NutriBullet's amazing. Take the NutriBullet, 900 is my favorite so far, and then put in lime, a date, or lime, honey, and blend it. But for the sake of this video, so I don't have to keep you waiting, I will just use a coconut sugar, okay? Okay, here we go. It's absolutely beautiful. Rinsing. Okay, so far we have onions and tomatoes and peaches. Oh my. So we're going to now think about, I'm going to get my coconut sugar. I'm going to look online for that. I don't even remember where I got this one. I'm going to put a tablespoon, a little bit more. Wow, it's so pretty. And I'm going to get the cilantro. Okay, absolutely beautiful. And you need salt, right? Which I always have handy. A couple pinches, 2, 3 pinches of salt. And just, when you mix it up, it gets to marry the flavors together. So you do that. The habanero. Now that has to be cut up really fine, which another reason I was saying that it's a good idea to use a mini processor, right? Or the NutriBullet, because then you can blend the habanero also. But I'm going to be bold. I'm going to chop up the habanero really, really fine and mix it in. And it is going to marry and be happy together. They're going to live happily ever after. I think I'm going to need to invite Herbie over, because he's just going to love the colors and the flavor. I've said this so many times, but for those of you who have not heard, there's something called capsaicin in hot peppers. It boosts the metabolism. So if you're trying to lose weight, spicy, spicy. I remember a long time ago, I was at a trade show. I used to make these beautiful handmade napkin rings. My mom and I were at the trade show. They were grapevine napkin rings with big sunflowers and bumblebees on them, or peaches and strawberries and grapes and all kinds of, faux, obviously, but really happy, beautiful napkin rings. Anyway, my company was called Around the Napkin. And I remember this guy, Gerald, You said, you want to lose weight, Beverly? You want to lose weight? You want to feel energy, Dara? We're like, sure. And he said, take these cayenne pills, these pepper pills. Oh my gosh, I felt so much energy. It was like a burn. It was like a burn, energy. And like, we don't need to take it in a pill. We could just have it in a hot chocolate. We could have it in our salsa. And so we can boost our metabolism. We can kill germs. Get energy all in one swoop, right here. Right here. Gorgeous. We definitely need the green from the, I'm washing my hands. I'm gonna wash, I gotta use this other piece. It's gonna be hot, hot, hot. How I like it. Maybe the macadamia nut cream I'll make for this won't be spicy. I think that it will need something to cool us down. I can't wait to take a picture of the whole meal to show you guys. We're doing gem giveaways on More with Dara. If anybody wants to win gems, be involved. Gems Day Wednesdays are very interesting. I post a new gem each Wednesday and I talk about the properties. And this week is Prenite. It actually aids in a number of things, connecting your heart to your will, but it also helps you declutter. I really read that. Okay, so here we go. This definitely needs to be washed, and I need to be washed. I'll be right back. So I'm going to tell you, if you don't have peaches, make do with what you do have. And mangoes, right, work beautifully. Nectarines, beautifully. Okay, then goes the cilantro, which gets rid of heavy metals. It helps our body get rid of aluminum from deodorant, lead from pipes, mercury from fillings. Get the fillings taken out though. We don't want to chelate while they're still in our mouth, right? I mean, you can have cilantro, it won't hurt you, but you want to remove the fillings. I did. I had a lot of fillings. Dr. Silverman. I like him. He's amazing. I'm sorry, not Silverman. Raymond Silkman. Dr. Silkman. He is so gentle and so kind. And if you need a doctor, Dr. Sadeghi or Dr. Bob does very good investigative work in helping you get better. So it's like about a third of a cup cilantro. Definitely use more if you like it. If you don't like cilantro, don't use it. To me, it just smells like freshness. It smells like it's going to clean us. And it looks so pretty in here. I'm tickled and delighted. So yes, a little bit of olive oil, a splash of olive oil, and we are needing the lime. I almost forgot. And I'm just going to squeeze it. The limes are kind of hard, so they're hard to use. I prefer to cut a little wedge. Instead of using the juicer, I don't get enough juice out of it. So I just squeeze it with my hand, a teeny little wedge. Get more out of it that way, for me. But you can also roll, excuse me, press and roll to get the juices, you know, get it a little loosened up. All right, should I try it? I'm going to try it. Love you guys. No, that's enough, honey. That's enough, Roxy. Whoa. Roxy, come here. You want to say how happy you are? Are you happy? Are you happy? Can you jump high? Are you happy? Yeah. Okay. Because it's so spicy, it's calling for more peaches, which I have, and more tomatoes. Definitely use, I like it spicy, I like it hot. Ooh, it feels good. But in order to lessen the heat, I'll add cilantro, peaches, and tomatoes, in which you do not need to sit here and watch me chop. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Makes you feel alive. I'll take a picture of it with I'll take a picture and brighten up for the end picture. I will take a picture of this with the flowers and I will show you. Love you guys. Get your greens on, get your hot salsa on, and I will see you soon. I forgot to say one thing. Well, I'm sure more than one thing. This will last, I would say 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator, although I would eat it right away. And the longer it's in the refrigerator, the hotter it's going to get. Just so you know, it'll burst. The heat will burst. So, there you have it. I've invited Herbie over. He's going to be here in 10 minutes.